Hello, I'm Rythian and this is World of Warcraft, Mists of Pandaria. So, like many of you, I've gotten hold of a beta key, and I figured I'd take a look at the changes to some of the classes I've been playing. Starting off, of course, with the good old Rogue, which is my favorite class, and my main, so to speak. They're more or less the same, but the biggest changes is in the talent system and the spec system. Like now when you choose a spec, you straight up choose a spec. Right here you pick Assassination, Combat, or Subtlety, or whatever. And here you see like the skills you'll be getting. For Assassination, I mean, you recognize most of these if you've ever played a rogue before. The big one, of course, being Dispatch, which is your alternative to Backstab. I mean, you still use Mutilate as your main attack thing, but you know how before when you were Assassination you used Backstab when the target was below 35%? This is basically what Dispatch is right now. However, you don't have to stand behind them like you used to before, so both Mutilate and Dispatch now has no positional requirement. And that's pretty much it for Assassination. Looking at the talent trees, not talent trees, but her blind side. You see, performing a successful Mutilate has a 30% chance of leaving you, and blah 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 blah. Basically, you have a proc chance of being able to do Dispatch, which is pretty good. It adds a bit of a variation to the standard combo finisher. Combat, again, mostly the same. Pretty much everything is stuff you've seen before. Subtlety, also pretty much the same. I mean, Backstab is the subtlety only thing right now. And you have the same thing here. You've got energy recovery to regain energy, shadow dance, and so on and so on and so on. Now the interesting thing comes into the talents, and this is where the biggest changes in Mists of Pandaria will be. And you've seen this before if you paid any attention to the preview stuff and so on. But looking at the talents here, like at each 15 levels you get to choose between one of three things, and the choices I've made for this particular character right now is to choose from speed while stealthed versus stealth breaking 3 seconds rather than immediately, and then abilities no longer cost energy while stealthed. Honestly, not sure what I'd choose here in this one. I picked no energy because it felt like a straight, pretty standard DPS increase going from stealth, but I have a feeling maybe Subterfuge is definitely more of a useful PvP talent. Night Stalker is more just a convenient thing. Combat Readiness is a defensive thing. Nerve Strike just, makes you, when you stun someone, they're weak for a while afterwards. Deadly Throw, I find myself barely using it in Cataclysm, but I suppose you might be able to more in Pandaria. It does slow your targets as a finishing move, so that's pretty nice at least. Also the interrupting thing. This is the survivability one. This one is by far the interesting, but also the easiest choice, I find. Cheat Death is nice for PvP, but honestly Leeching Poison is pretty damn strong. Lifesteal Poison is pretty amazing. You'll stay alive all the time as soon as you're actually attacking. I don't know if this is going to be nerfed or whatever, but from the little I've used to this game, it's pretty damn strong. Poisons, by the fact we'll go into soon in a bit, but poisons have been changed a bit as well. Like there's no longer a bunch of different poisons that you equip on your main hand and your offhand. Now there's like you get to have one lethal weapon and poison and one non-lethal poison, and you don't really pick them specifically on one of your weapons. You just have them on. You don't need to buy them anymore. Hallucinus straight up makes faint, reduce all damage. It's pretty handy. Like it already reduced your damage AoE wise, but like it's also good enough for everything. I have a hard time seeing you ever really using anything other than Leeching Poison, to be honest. This one is a hard choice because it's between Shadowstep and Preparation. Burst of Speed is boring. It's just, oh man, you move faster now. Nothing really funny. But Shadowstep is amazing. It's probably the best ability in the game. I mean, how awesome is this? So let's find a mob here. Let's just Shadowstep to him. And you tell me that this isn't awesome. Shadowstep is the best thing. Like, it was the reason to play Subtlety, aside from, being PvPs, because Shadowstep is flat out amazing in every way. So, being able to have Shadowstep in any spec right now, or any, like, any specialization, is one of the greatest things that have ever come to WoW. But, you'll have to give up Preparation. And you know as well as I do, if you have ever played a rogue or played against a rogue, how powerful preparation is. Being able to do vanish and then pop it in and vanish again, or cloak of shadows, or sprint, or anything. You know, it resets your cooldowns, and that is huge for PvP. So having to choose between mobility and being able to use your cooldowns more often, massive deal. And I don't know how this is gonna work. I feel like both abilities are needed to properly PvP. Burst of speed is kind of like a no one will pick those over the other two. Next one is slowing stuff, I suppose, to a degree. I don't know. They all have sort of a theme, but not really. Dirty Tricks seems kind of boring. It helps for CC, gouge and blind, doesn't break from damage and so on, and or no energy cost. Paralytic Poison is like a stun poison, which seems strong in PvP but useless in PvE. Pretty much. I mean, once it's proc 5 times, they'll be stunned for 4 seconds. Kind of handy, but it's going to be like a random stun, so it really won't be like on-demand stun, which is what stuff like Kidney Shot and Cheap Shot will be using. That's pretty handy. Like, you want to be able to, especially if you're PvPing, or, you know, even not even PvPing, but like PvEing, you want to be able to do on-demand stuns, because what you really want to do is be able to take them out when you need to, and when they're summoning something, or when you want to prepare for a big burst, or whatever. So I don't really know about that one. Deadly Brew is the same. They used to be a talent in the Assassination Tree. Whenever you apply non-lethal potion, they also apply Crippling Poison. Always awesome. Always awesome. It's like free slowing for whatever you do. So that's pretty damn strong. So that's about a choice I've made. At level 90, new max level, you get to choose some pretty sweet stuff. Shuriken Toss, flat out ranged attack. Now that is pretty awesome. That means that you can no longer be just ruined when you're kept at range. Like if someone keeps you kited, doesn't really matter. You can still just kill them. But yeah, Shuriken Toss, that would be pretty sweet. Something to deal with when someone are at range of you. Versatility, most boring thing ever, really. I cannot see why anyone would choose versatility versus Shuriken Toss. Like, this is something you do when people keep. This is so like you can move your combo points over earlier. I mean, how is this in any way comparable? Anticipation is sort of handy though, but it's more a convenience thing more than anything else. You know how it is if you're attacking one target and it dies before it gets used to finisher. You kind of shit out of luck and you have to start from scratch, unless you use redirect. But in this case, you just have the anticipation. What it really does is it moves over your combo points to another target, which is nice, I suppose, but why would you ever go anything but Shuriken Toss? How handy is that? That's really pretty damn awesome. Generates combo points and everything. Much stronger than just a normal throw. So that would be the talents, and that's, yeah. There's some interesting choices, but honestly, I kind of already feel like I've got a spec I wouldn't really want to change for anything in the world, but it is beta. Things might change still. It is far from done, so on that note, thank you all for watching, and until next time, goodbye.